press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello children, how are you? I hope that all are doing good. Today I am here with you with the new poem. The name of the poem is When I Set Out for Lyonnesse, which was written by Thomas Hardy. So let's start with the poet introduction. Thomas Hardy, he was born on 18th December 1840, that is in Stanford, United Kingdom. Okay, and he was also called as an American writer and also poet. Okay, and let's see about the works of Thomas Hardy. So here there are some of the few works I have written here. That the name of the works of Thomas Hardy, that is the Voice, so which is in the poem, which is in the poetry form. Then next is the neutral tones, that is also in a poem form. And next is the Mayor of Casterbridge, it is in a movie form. Okay, so here it is the only few work I have written on the board about Thomas Hardy. Okay, so he is also one of the famous writer and a poet. Okay, so this is about the Thomas Hardy's introduction. So let's see about the title of this poem. When I set out for Lyonnesse. Lyonnesse, it is an imaginary place. Okay, what it is? It is an imaginary place. Why here the poet is saying this place is called imaginary? Because Lyonnesse. Okay, so Lyonnesse, it is a imaginary place. Imaginary place. When I set out for Lyonnesse, so who? That is Thomas Hardy. So when he was visited to the place called Lyonnesse, so there he was changed, he was observed there is a change in himself. Okay, so what are that changes and how the people were react about that changes. So what he was found in that place. Okay, so let's see in this poetry. Okay, so this is about the Thomas Hardy's one of the biographies of his work. Okay, so before I am going to start a poem, let's see about the theme of the poem, that is the climes of the poem. Okay, so what is the climes here? That is, as a young apprentice architect. So this Thomas Hardy, so when he was a young apprentice architect, apprentice means it's a trainer, okay, who are getting training in some of the profession. Okay, so architecture, it is the profession of Thomas Hardy. Okay, so when he was young and he was getting a training in the profession, that is the architecture, so there British poet, and he was also called as British poet and also novelist, Thomas Hardy once visited a parish to supervise the restoration of a church. So once he was visited to the parish. Parish is actually the name of the place where he was visited. Actually, the Thomas Hardy, when he was a young person, where he was getting the profession in architecture, so there he was visited for a work. So what the work it is? To restoration of a church. Restoration means to repair, okay, or renovate the church. Okay, so for that sake he was visited to the place called parish. Okay, so this is about, and on his return from the parish, people noticed two things about him. So when he was returned, when he was back from the place called parish, so the people were observed, where they have observed that there are different changes, there are changes in himself. So what it is? A new glow in his eyes and a crumbled piece of paper sticking out of his coat pocket. So what are the changes the people were observed? It is that a new glow. So there is a glow, there is a brightness in his eyes, there is some changes in his eyes. So which was observed by the people. Okay, and the next part is, our next thing is, there is a piece of paper which is crumbled. Crumbled means, so when we fold it and throw it on a dustbin, no? So how we made it that paper? Like that, there is a crumbled paper. It is stick on to the coat of a pocket coat. Okay. So this one observed by the people when he was returned from the parish. Okay. That paper, it is recorded in one of his biographies. So Thomas Hardy is a well-known writer, novelist, and a poet. So you know that who the people are famous. They have to. We can see that there are some biographies or autobiographies. You know, biographies. It means that. So the person which he write, the person which once again I am just saying this. Autobiography means the person which is writing about himself. Okay, the life story of a person which is writing by the person, by himself or herself. That is called autobiography. So what is this biography? So when another person is writing about the famous person's life story, okay, if the other person, so they were write about the famous person's life story, so that is called as a biographies. Okay, so that piece of papers, it was discussed in some of the biography book, okay, of Thomas Hardy. So that is very important. So that's why it is given in this poem and also in his biography book. Okay, so then that paper, it is recorded in one of these biographies, contained the draft of a poem. So that paper, which is very important for Thomas Hardy, and the people also notice that that is very important for him. So that one also, the contained, what it is there, so that one is written in this poem. Actually what it is there, we don't know, but actually it has written in this poem. Poet is also discussed about that paper in this poem. Okay, and then you are going to read that very poem inspired by a visit to a place which the poet calls Lyonnesse. Okay, so you may call this as a Lyonnesse or Lyonnesse, so the pronunciation would be the same. Okay, it's not the same, but it is right one. Okay, so now here this poem is one of the inspired for a Thomas Hardy when he was visited to a place called Lyonnesse. I told you this is an imaginary place. Okay, actually it is not existed in the place, so it is an imaginary place. It's an imaginary place. So where Thomas Hardy was visited to parish, actually he was visited to the parish, but when he was discussed about that place, he given the name called Lyonnesse, not a parish. Okay, so this is, let's read about, before I am going to explain this poem, I am just going to read this poem. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away, the rime was on the spring, and starlight lit my lonesomeness. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away. What would be chance at Lyonnesse while I should sojourn there? No prophet does declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. What would be chance at Lyonnesse while I should sojourn there? When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes, all marked with mute surmise, my radiance rare and fathomless. When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes. Written by Thomas Hardy. Okay, let's discuss about this poem, the meaning of this poem. Let's see about the first stanza. When I set out for Lyonnesse. So when he was in a journey, when he was going to the Lyonnesse, so there are something in himself. So what it is? He felt something. What it is? 100 miles away. So that place, it is far away. Okay. So where he has to travel, it's a long distance. Okay, it is a long distance. So when he was going to the Lyonnesse, the rime was on the spray. Rime means it's a frost. Spray means the leaves and the branches. So all the frost. So you know when there is a winter season, so what we will feel, there is a frost. If it is in the place called Europe or any Jammu and Kashmir, so there are the frost. Frost means ice. So ice particles which is situated on the leaves and the branches of the trees, is it? So he observed and he was felt that, so that when he was in journey, while he was going to the Lyonnesse, so he feel that there are some frost on the spray, okay, and he was enjoying that moment. And starlight lit my lonesomeness. Starlight means the stars light. The stars lights, it's reflecting on himself, okay, on him, that lonesomeness. Lonesome means he was alone. While he was traveling alone, he was quite enjoying nature, okay. So the light, the stars light, it is reflecting on him, and he was alone there. So who is the companion here? That is the nature. So Thomas Hardy's companion, when he was set out for Lyonnesse, so the companions means the friends are, that is the nature. The friend is nature, okay. So that is the frost. He observed the frost which is on the leaves and the branches, okay, the branches and also the plants, and there are some reflection from the stars, so which is give a companion to the to his loneliness, okay. When I set out for Lyonnesse, 100 miles away. So the same line is repeating in this stanza, the last in this first stanza, in the last lines. So when he was going to the Lyonnesse, so that place is so far away. It is far away. It is 100 miles away. Okay, it is not near. So while he was going to the Lyonnesse, he was enjoying nature. Okay, so this is about the first stanza. So let's look into the second stanza. What would be chance at Lyonnesse? Would be chance. Be chance means it's happened. So what would happen in Lyonnesse? So he says here, well, I should sojourn there. Okay, so what was happened in the Lyonnesse when he was stay in the place? Sojourn means stay. Okay, so when he was stay there, so something was happened with him. Okay, what it is? No prophet dost declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. Okay, so no prophet. Prophets means, you know, the religion person who are a forecaster. Okay, so there dust declare means dust means dare, and declare means announcing. So no prophet, who are always the prophet, it is always in a divine and spiritual way they are. So not even the prophet would declare it. Declare means announce it, says it, and nor the wisest wizard guess. Wisest wizard means cleverest person who does the magic. Okay, the person who is clever and also who does the magic and who tells the future. So those people also not announce that, not only say that what is his future and what are the changes in his life when he was visited to the Lyonnesse. Okay, so this is what would be chance at Lyonnesse while I should sojourn there. So again the lines are repeating here. Be chance means happen. Then sojourn means stay. Yes, so there was something happened to him when he was staying at Lyonnesse. Okay, so this is the second stanza. So let's move to the third stanza. When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes. So now in this stanza, the poet is saying about when he was returned from Lyonnesse. You can observe here. So stanza wise, you know, in the first stanza, poet is saying about when he was going to the Lyonnesse. And the second is when he was stay at the Lyonnesse, and the third one is saying about when he was returned from the Lyonnesse. Okay, so returned from the Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes. So there is some magic in his eyes. There is some glow in his eyes. Okay, so when he was returned from the Lyonnesse, all marked with mute surmise. Surmise means reflection. All marked means people. All are observed that there are some reflection in his eyes. There are some glow in his eyes. My radiance rare and fathomless. Fathomless, it's mean very deep bottom. So that reflection, that brightness, it is very deep. So no other person is explained. Okay, they only observed it. So what is a kind of a glowness? But no other person, they didn't have a words to express that what kind of a glow he has. Okay, then it was a rare. Actually, it is very precious. that radiance, the glow in his eyes, it's very precious, and all the people were observed that glowness, okay, that glow in his eyes. When I returned from Lyonnesse with magic in my eyes. So once again, the lines are repeating here. So when he was returned from the Lyonnesse, so there is some magic in his eyes. So what are that magic? So here the poet has not discussed what kind of a magic he was. The people were observed, okay, but there are some magic, okay. So there is some changes in his life. I think the poet wanted to discuss that because he was a young apprentice, is it? A young apprentice architect. Because it is a new profession for him, okay, and this is the first work, okay, which he took in his hand, and it is one of the responsibility job which he could do, and do the work of church, is it? That is the renovation. And I think that paper, it is something is about the job offer, otherwise there is some opportunity to explore his talent, is it? So in my opinion, maybe this one, okay. If I know this, so people, when they will say this, so like, what is the glow? When there is some sudden changes in their life, which those people were not expecting it, is it? So in that situation, there is some sparkle, there is some sparkle in their eyes, there is some glowness, is it? So same thing in the matter of the Thomas Hardy, is it? So this is about the poem. I hope that you all are understood this poem, okay? So what we learned from the poem, so here the poet wanted to express his feelings when he was visited to the place called Lyonnesse, and when he was stay at the Lyonnesse, and when he was returned from the Lyonnesse, he was expressing his feeling, his part of his life to us, okay, to the reader. So this is about the when I set out for Lyonnesse. So let's see about the question and answer of this poem, okay. Here there are some glossary, it is there. While I am explaining this poem, I have told you, so which are the important words are there, means the new words are there, new words, that is sojourn, and then dust, then again bechance, okay, then rhyme, lonesomeness, and then next is surmise, and then fathomless, okay. So all these are there. So if I miss some words, so you just open dictionary and find out the new words, okay. So this is about, and now let's see about the question and answer. In the first stanza, find words that show, okay. So here in the first stanza, so there are some of the words given there. So we should have to identify those words, okay. So which are those? That it was very cold, okay. So what is there? It means what? So let's find out that word which is related to this meaning, that it was very cold, okay. What is that word here is? Frost, okay, sorry, not frost, it's a rhyme, okay, R-I-M-E, not R-H-Y-M-E, okay. So that is rhyme is different, this rhyme is different. So rhyme means, it means frost. Here poet is saying about the cold weather of the night when he was going to the Lyonnesse, okay. So here you can take the answer, that is the rhyme word. That it was late evening. So when he was visiting to the Lyonnesse, so he was in the journey at evening time, okay, where the stars on the sky, okay. So there was a completely silent where he was on the journey, because he is alone, there is no companion. So there he observed that, there he feel that the nature is his companion, okay. So starlit, so here that it was late evening, you can take that word for it, that is starlight. That the traveler was alone, I told you, the traveler was alone, there is no companion when he was in a travel. So that is lonesomeness is the word which is related to this meaning, okay. That is called, that the traveler was alone. Something happened at Lyonnesse, it was, okay. So here there are the three options as given. So which one is related to, which is matched to that question. So let's see here. Something happened at Lyonnesse, it was. So improbable, impossible, unforeseeable, okay. So what is that? It's improbable, impossible. No, actually these two words are not, because improbable and impossible. It's impossible means the work which is not at all doing by the person. Okay, so the thing it is not do by the person completely, so that is called impossible. Then improbable means it's surety. Okay, so maybe the person would do it or not, it's a chance. Then unforeseeable means it means here the person which is can't express it, okay, through its words, that is unforeseeable. The next is pick out the 2 lines from stanza 2 to justify your answer. Okay, so 2 lines which is justify your answer. So you can take any of the 2 lines which is present in the second stanza. Okay, actually here there are 6 lines are there in the second stanza. You know the 4 lines are repeated. The 4 lines that is in the beginning and the ending of the stanza, that has repeated, and only thing that has not repeated, that is nor prophet does declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. Okay, that means that lines are very important. Okay, more than the beginning stanzas and ending stanzas. Okay, lines, not stanza, lines. So these lines, that is 2 lines, are very important. That is no prophet does declare, nor did the wisest wizard guess. The next is read the line stanza 3 that implies the following. Everyone noticed something and they made guesses but didn't speak a word. Okay, here read the line that is stanza 3rd that implies the following. So which one is more suitable here? Let's see here. Everyone noticed something and they made guesses but didn't speak word. Okay, so these lines are related to it. Okay, and then now read the line that refers to that they noticed. So it's about the people who are observed in the eyes of Thomas Hardy. So they knows it. There is some glowness in it, but they didn't speak a word. So answer for that first one, that is everyone noticed something and they made guesses but didn't speak a word. For that, all marked with mute surmise. Okay, so which is present in the poem. Okay, the next is now read the line that refers to what they noticed. My radiance rare and fathomless. So what the people have noticed? The people have noticed here radiance of Thomas Hardy, okay, and the fathomless. Fathomless means it is very deep, which no one can measure it. Okay, that glow, the brightness in his eyes, no one can measure that depth. Okay, that is the very deep. That is, it is the meaning here. My radiance and rare and fathomless. Okay, so this is about the poem, and we have discussed about the poet introduction, then the brief explanation about the poem, and you know that I have discussed about Thomas Hardy and by his profession how he was begin his life, begin his journey. Okay, by as a architect. And at the end we have discussed about the question answers which is present in this poem. I hope that all are understood this poem and you are also understand it. So what is the way the poet wanted to convey his feelings to us. Okay, so this is about the today's class. I hope that all are understand this poem. Okay, so it's you just practice it and you memorize this poem. So all of you, till then we will meet you in the next class. Till then all of you stay at home, keep learning. Thank you.